Okay, so today we're talking about EcoAgent. It's a really fascinating new approach that uses AI to make taking environmental action something that's personal, measurable, and, actually achievable for the rest of us.
All right, let's just dive right into the core of it. Why does something like EcoAgent even need to exist in the first place? Well, the answer is probably something we've all felt. Climate change. It's huge. It can feel so monumental that it's hard to figure out where you could possibly even begin.
I think most of us really do want to help. We want to do our part. But all that good intention often just slams right into a wall of confusion and information overload. You're left feeling stuck, almost paralyzed by the sheer number of options. What do you actually do first?
And this really gets to the root of the problem. Most of the advice we get is just so generic. It has no idea if you live in an apartment or a house, if you're on a tight budget, or what your commute looks like. So you're left with no real way to see your personal impact, no clear path to track your progress, and honestly, you end up feeling like you're trying to empty the ocean with a teaspoon.
Just to put a number on it, the average person is responsible for about 4 to 5 tons of CO2 every single year. But what does that even mean? For most of us, that's just a completely abstract number. We don't have a dashboard for our personal carbon output, which makes it pretty much impossible to manage.
So that's the big challenge. And this is exactly where technology, specifically AI, can step in. The real question becomes, how do we bridge that massive gap between knowing there's a problem and feeling like we can actually do something about it? How do we take that huge abstract number and turn it into a concrete plan we can follow?
You see, figuring out your personal carbon footprint isn't a simple one-size-fits-all problem. I mean, think about it. Calculating your emissions is a totally different skill set than finding local community gardens or giving you personalized advice that fits your budget. You wouldn't ask a single person to be an accountant, a life coach, and a community organizer all at once, right? Well, it's the exact same thing with AI. A single general model just can't specialize in all those things effectively.
And this is where the design of EcoAgent is just so clever. Instead of relying on one AI, it gives you a multi-agent system. Think of it like having your own personal team of sustainability experts. You've got the coordinator, who's basically the project manager, the carbon calculator is your data analyst, the recommendation agent is your personal strategist, the progress tracker acts as your motivation coach, and the community agent is your local connector. Each one is a specialist, ready to jump in and help.
Okay, so this idea of an AI team is pretty cool. But how does it all actually work? Let's take a peek under the hood and see how they're built to work together so smoothly.
The whole system is built around being smart and efficient. When you type in a request, the main coordinator agent figures out what you're trying to do, and then it routes that job to the right specialist. Ask for your footprint, it goes straight to the calculator. Ask for suggestions, that gets passed to the recommender. It's just a seamless delegation process happening behind the scenes. Now this is where it gets really interesting from a tech perspective. This isn't just some standard app. It's built on some seriously cutting-edge stuff. We're talking about Google's Agent Development Kit. Think of it as a specialized playbook just for building these teams of AIs. It's powered by Gemini for super quick and smart decision-making. And most importantly, it has an agent-to-agent protocol. That's the secret sauce that lets all these different specialists talk to each other and share notes. This is what turns it from a simple chatbot into a truly coordinated, intelligent system.
So all that theory is great, but what does this actually look like when you use it? Let's walk through a real-world scenario that I'm sure is pretty familiar.
So it all starts with something we've probably all thought at some point. A user knows they want to do something, but they need a starting line.
The first thing that happens is a coordinator passes the ball to the carbon calculator agent. After just a few simple questions about your lifestyle, it comes back with a super clear visual breakdown of your personal carbon footprint. And boom! Suddenly, that big, abstract 4 to 5 ton number becomes real. You can see exactly where your biggest impacts are coming from.
Next up, the recommendation agent steps in. And this is so critical. It doesn't just dump a massive guilt-inducing to-do list on you. Instead, it gives you personalized, prioritized actions. It shows you the difference between a quick win, like swapping out your light bulbs, and a high-impact change, like cutting down on flights. And it tells you exactly what the tangible CO2 savings are for each one.
And this is what I find so powerful about this entire approach. The system gives you a complete support structure. It's not just advice. A dashboard gets created for you, your first goal is set up by the progress tracker, and the community agent even finds local groups and resources that are relevant to you. It turns a vague idea into a structured, totally actionable plan.
So when we zoom out and look at the big picture, what does all of this tech really add up to?
Well, it's about something much bigger than just algorithms and data points.
The whole point here is to take that overwhelming feeling of climate anxiety and transform it into a genuine sense of empowerment. It gives you the tools to finally understand your impact and the clear, personalized steps you can take to make a real difference. It bridges that gap between knowing there's a problem and feeling like you can actually be part of the solution.
A project like this really paints a picture of a possible future. A future where AI isn't just a tool for finding information, but a true partner in our efforts to build a more sustainable world, one person at a time. The question isn't just what would that look like, but really, what could we all achieve if every single one of us had this kind of power in our pocket?